Hello, true believers. High definition here, and today we have been graced with the presence of a brand new Marvel video game, Marvel Snap. Now, while it's not a console experience like many on the internet have been hoping for, it's a new Marvel video game at the end of the day. So, there's something worth talking about here. More specifically, why you should give this game a chance if you're into the card collecting genre. I'll also be answering why the fast-paced design of the game may be familiar to some players too. So, if this Marvel Snap video sounds interesting to you, please do me a favor and shuffle your way over to that like button and snap that subscribe button too if you haven't already. Here's why you should be excited to play Marvel Snap. Over the surface, Marvel Snap appears to be your typical mobile card collecting experience. But under the hood, it has been crafted by many hands that are more seasoned than a Thanksgiving Day turkey. The developers of this project, Second Dinner, may be part of a small indie company with big dreams, but for the sake of time, we can't mention everybody involved here right now. So let's talk about a few of them that stood out to me, starting out with Chief Development Officer at Second Dinner, Ben Brode, previously the Hearthstone game director at Blizzard. Next, there's Yong Woo, the current Chief Production Officer at Second Dinner, who also used to work on Hearthstone at Blizzard, but as the production director. We also have Ben Hayes, currently the design director at Second Dinner and formerly the design director for Magic: The Gathering. Then finally, we're mentioning Brad Krusko, who currently handles the engineering and design at Second Dinner and also used to be one of the folks involved with the Hearthstone game at Blizzard as the gameplay engineer. To put it simply, it not only seems like the cards will look great, but the game itself should function pretty well, especially with developers that worked on one of the most popular digital card games in the world. I mean, come on, it took them 4 years to get to this point, so it's gotta be good, right? Anyway, while Hearthstone is claimed to some players as being pay to win, we have yet to see how egregious Marvel Snap will be with collecting all the cards available.
It's really important to us that you're not paying for power. The game is free to play and you can get every card in the game over time without paying anything.
For huge Marvel fans like myself, seeing the large number of character logos at the end of that announcement trailer made me grin with curiosity from ear to ear. The idea of collecting all of our favorite action figures and teaming them up in ways that we see fit is the main draw in pretty much every Marvel game that we play right now. At the time though, everyone wondered what type of game this Marvel Snap would be, many requesting anything but a mobile game. You know what I see though? A Marvel video game experience that is one of a kind, down to the speedy nature of card matches between players, which I'll elaborate more on later. There is no Marvel game out there that turns our favorite heroes into collectible cards. As a big fan of the old Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy, and even the recent trading card game online, I pretty much dreamed of having a similar experience with my favorite Marvel characters. Just imagine making a Spider-Man themed deck, or even team-based decks like only the X-Men or the Avengers. Ooh, how about an all-villain team? We can probably even make decks based on movie tie-ins without waiting on official events that will likely come anyway. You can even go further and group these up by card variants and art styles. My personal favorite would have to be the old school retro 2D sprite designs. And as a retro fan, I hope it won't be hard making decks full of these throughout my playtime. I'll say it once and I'll say it again here. Any new Marvel video game is better than having no new Marvel video game at all. Just think about it. We may just be looking at history in the making as a Marvel game that grows to become big and popular like the next Hearthstone, completely with hundreds of millions of players to play with, or accounts made. Anyway, it shouldn't hurt to give yet another free game a shot. The last aspect of the game that stood out to me is something I mentioned earlier, how Marvel Snap brings fast-paced card matches between players. Again, there's no Marvel game like it, and that can be pretty intimidating to new players like me, learning the rules, strategies, all that. Thanks to the good folks on Reddit though, I found out that I can be somewhat prepared with how the game plays. Shout out to Citizen Keen for pointing out this information. There's also a how to play video with the dev on the Marvel Snap YouTube page that you should actually check out for yourself. But they claim that, quote, mechanically this appears to just be essentially Smash Up, a board game with a fair number of expansions. This will be a perfect phone game. For the uninitiated like myself, Smash Up is a deck building board game of some kind. Here, players take 20 card decks of 2 factions, shuffle them into a deck of 40 cards, then they compete to crush more bases than their opponents. Instead of Marvel characters though, Smash Up uses combinations of robot ninjas, zombie pirates, and even dinosaurs. It also appears to be much longer by gameplay design. Let's make some quick comparisons on the 2 card games, starting with Marvel Snap. Here, only 2 players max use decks of 12 cards to claim up to 3 random bases that get revealed each turn, with 6 turns in total per match. These bases include known locations such as the Wakanda Embassy or the Avengers Tower, and have set rules when playing cards at these locations. Said locations are claimed by various Marvel characters, each with different effects after playing them. When the game's 6 turns are up, the player that claims the most bases wins. Or you can just wave the flag earlier and run away from the match if you feel like you're losing by a landslide. With games that last only about 3 minutes, this looks like a mobile card game that respects nothing but your time. So you can count me in on that front. Now comparing Marvel Snap to Smash Up, our less virtual card experience has games that last much longer than 3 minutes, but they also offer a 3-player option as well. As mentioned earlier, players must choose between different factions of character types and make decks with those themes, pirates, zombies, and all that. Instead of just setting down Marvel characters to take bases, Smash Up separates their cards by characterizing them as minion cards and action cards. Only one of each can be played each turn, compared to playing as many cards as you have energy over in Marvel Snap. Another notable difference may also be that Marvel characters in Snap seem like a combination of the minion and action cards from Smash Up. Also in Marvel Snap, you need to only claim 2 bases to win a match, where in Smash Up, players earn a score for capturing each base that gets added throughout the game. The player that reaches the score of 15 then wins said game. So as you see, while Marvel Snap appears to be your typical card-based cash grab on mobile devices, it's secretly a well-crafted and researched game underneath. And it's all thanks to an experienced development team and a pass of other fun card games to draw inspiration from. Let's just hope Marvel Snap won't be one of those pay-to-win experiences though. So yeah, let's keep this community happy, devs. This question's for you though, and it's an easy one. Will you be eventually playing Marvel Snap, or will you just be giving it a pass? Follow me on Twitter at TheTrueHD and my other platforms if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to this channel, and ring the bell for Marvel content of all kinds each and every week. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Peace.